In China's far west, men risk all for tradition. Braving harsh, unforgivingly remote terrain. They pursue a passion kindled here over 1,500 years ago.
Alım gelse takır salıp kal. Bu atadan kalgan tarih Kırgızstan yürüp bağda bir çoğun oyundun, bir çoğun maharettin bir kılı deytele.
They are the eagle hunters. In Xinjiang, Western China, the land exerts a strong pull. Despite the hardships, the Kyrgyz people have lived here in the mountains for many years. Spring is near. In the highlands, young families tend their flocks. For centuries, herding has been the main form of sustenance for most people living in these scrappy hills. They prepare to take the sheep out to graze. Makan Ottoman Bek is 59 years old. In his bare courtyard, he has limited worldly possessions. Makan keeps a few sheep, but he survives on something else. He readies his horse to set out for the day. Makan is an eagle hunter, expert in ancient, closely guarded skills. Makan often socializes with his fellow hunters. They alone know what it feels like to sit in the saddle, a trained eagle on your arm. Each eagle is the pride and joy of its owner. Together, they make up a close fraternity of men and bird. Every bird is fair game for another hunter's honest appraisal. They assess the feathers and musculature, along with its claws and vitality. Hunters have used eagles here for over 1,500 years, training the great birds to kill on command. They prey on small animals, including rabbit, fox, and even gazelle. They swoop down at speeds of up to 300 kilometers per hour to clasp their hapless victims with their mighty claws. Once, only the Silk Road linked Xinjiang to the world. That epic route carried not only treasures, but knowledge. Traders from the West learned falconry in Asia and took it back to their homelands. From these Muslim travelers, the Kyrgyz acquired a faith. Islam remains a chief religion in Xinjiang. After prayers, Makan and his son prepare to set off for the mountains. They must pack carefully for the long journey. Family and friends revere Makan for his hunting skills, but now there are easier ways to make a living.
Bu en asaslı temellerden biri. Andan keyin asırkı yaşlar bürkütke ıntılış, İsteniş. Buga şoğuldana tugan işlerdi naayta.
Makan has 4 sons. One is a student, one is at work, the other 2 are herders. Today, he is resupplying his oldest son, high in the mountains. Some shepherds hate eagles. This is especially true in spring when young lambs make easy targets.
Bu çarbaga bürküt intayın jık jep ketip atat. Bizge nurgun sen salып etdi bu. Bürkütke naayta öç bolup kaldık. Bu bürkütnü tutup alsam katты kasabim gelip çanıp etkim keletdi bunu.
Pausing for tea, Makan hears the herdsmen complain.
Amansız be hoca. Din saktı.
Жақсы ба,
Dinin saktı.
He tries to reason with them.
Malga oynat malga.
Çana beşsem taza жақшы болбойт эле. Бири өзүңө жақшы эмес, экинчиси буну өкмөт дагы коргой турган. Менин чолом убактым жетсе келем. Убактым жете албай калса мен торду берип ийем.
The herder resists.
Ötkönde bizden bir eskini tetkinden alıp bileygen eskini. Bir bürküt kötörüp. Oşondan aylandırıp karab oltursak şu tetkinde kurkup.
Makan understands.
Kötörüp al.
Ошондо биз иши малчылар козсун, эчкисин, коюн алып жеп койсо, талаадагы бүркүттөр. Биз барабыз. Эй, малыңды бага албай. Анан талаадагы бүркүткө асылган эмне кайдыңар?
Finally, the herdsman agrees to let Makan try to catch the predator and take it away.
Ошо кечте амалдайлы.
Ey mal jep olgol kaldı. Makin.
Makan stops briefly at his sons. After he and his oldest boy share a prayer, Makan will head down the mountain. He has an eagle to catch. Makan makes his own eagle trapping tools from scratch. It takes a strong net to hold an adult bird. Makan's youngest, Jerkin Beyyi, is on spring break from college. Makan sees education as Jerkin Beyyi's path to a better life. Eagles only go for live bait. In the open, the rabbit will be an obvious target. Makan uses small branches to prepare the contraption. They must pick the right place to set the trap.
Hareket kılıp amal var eме. Bugün bulbusa erten bulbusa bürsü günü.
The net must be rugged. An eagle can weigh 6 kilograms and dive at 300 kilometers per hour. The trappers rig the net and bait.
Мал жеген бүркүт давамлык эми мал жайытына аралашып келет. Өткөндө иши кылып бүгүн мушу жерге ачка болуп келип эле калса торго түшөт.
Like a puppeteer, Makan makes the rabbit twitch. A dot appears. An eagle can spot the slightest movement. The ruse begins. The eagle becomes the hunted. The male bird is about 2 years old. Makan knows how to avoid beaks and talons. The hood calms the eagle. The men wrap the bird to keep him and them safe. Now to get working.
Ya bismillah. Bu canım atın, ölgüsüm atandın. Periştesi Mavlü'de de.
The raptor is in fine condition. Perfect for training. Makan names the bird Red Eye and gets ready for the work ahead. Each spring, the Kyrgyz people of Western China welcome the new season. Near Makan's village in the valley, families gather to worship their ancestors and pray for good harvest. They sacrifice a lamb for their celebration. Women fry naan, the traditional bread which forms their main diet. All the animal parts are used. Today's main course is mutton. This is a season of reflection and renewal. Makan is also beginning anew, working with Red Eye, the eagle he recently captured. The bird must learn to kill fox and rabbit on command. But first comes taming. It's a harsh process that Makan uses to make the bird accept him as its master. He sets the eagle hooded on a swing in the dark. According to Makan, the eagle, unable to see and unsure of its balance, will come to appreciate his help to stay upright. The training will go on for 5 days. Red Eye shows signs of being a model trainee. Makan makes all of his equipment. From cowhide, he fashions hoods, as his father taught him to do. The hood calms a bird. An eagle will not attack what it cannot see.
Ушундай кыйналгандан ата Sen ne munda kıynalıp muşunu үйренip kalgandasın? Sen kaydan үйренip algansın bunu. Desem, balam. Menin atam emes. Bizden babalarımızdan beri salıp gelgenleme.
He also fashions an armrest. 6 kilos doesn't seem like much until you've held it up for hours. After a month, Red-Eye comes outside. Makan begins teaching him commands. The bird learns quickly. And Makan rewards him. In 30 days, Red-Eye has learned to perch until his master gives the word. They set out. Sheer strength and that armrest let Makan ride for hours with an eagle held high. He is heading for a place far from sheep and children. Golden eagles are opportunistic hunters.
Şunday soğuk, kar, muşunday müşkül günlerde çapkın, boran, çapkınlarda salat kenda bunu. Muşunday kıynalgandan yöğü götürüp atman albagan yerlerde.
The journey's length depends on the weather and on Red-Eye's aptitude. They could roam for days. A cliff top offers a broad view, but wild rabbits live by their eyes too. This will be a genuine test. Red-Eye makes the grade. Like a general, Makan stands proud. Satisfied, Makan returns home to a shock. His youngest son has quit school.
Hey, жақсы ба? Hey, ne geldin?
Ongülbey geldim.
Okum geldi senin şu bir jamiyat ortunda bir bir kişilik Katar'dan ornalar bakayım, bizim aşağı bakayım, kiyinki istikbalım için yaxşı olur bakayım demedim ben şeyden.
Jerkin Bey Yi has another surprise for his father.
Üstten kesip öğreneyim demiş.
Kesimilerim benim kesimim benim ne gelir?
The boy wants to be an eagle hunter and a shepherd. Makan rages as only a loving father can.
Boldu, menen okşoş, şu koyçu bolup ötösün ondan başka görülmesemi. Menden kıyın can saktoo tutup, menden kıyın jakşı turmuşta bolganыңды көрөм эми.
The boy has no idea what he's asking for. His brothers herd in the mountains, a grinding routine. Makan hoped Bey Yi would get an office job. Warily, he says the young man can try hunting.
5 bala var. 5 balanın içinden kiçigine mınday alpbasına qarasam, müzösüne qarasam, бүркүткө болгон посиясы, бүркүткө болгон мындай ынтылыш, мындай суктаныш.
Kişimizde mesela şu kısık şunday balapan бүрkütтерди salып şunday эле şu. Жакшынакай үйрөтүп келатат. Эми мындайына Кудайым билсе жакшынакай үйрөнүп.
Bey Yi grew up with eagles, as his nieces and nephews now do. He sees the reverence his father receives. What can Makan do but offer his son the chance to live his dream? That is, if Beiyi has the right stuff. The test? A session with Red Eye. He must instinctively teach the eagle to accept his authority. First, he has to master how to handle the giant bird. Confidence is key. A flinch could cost an eye. It's one thing to dream of holding an eagle, but actually doing it is a completely different matter. Makan hammers his son with instructions.
The
beginner hesitates. In a flash, Red Eye has struck. Just months ago, Red Eye was roaming freely in nature. Wildness is still in him. Makan lays doubt aside. His son can do this.
Çekinip bunu kılgısı yok yaşlardan. Men asır yaşlardan içinde baldarımdan 5 bala var. 5 balanın içinden kiçigine mınday alpasına karasam, müzösüne karasam kalgan baldarım dele kılat, lekin mınçalık emes.
In June, eagles find their nests. Mates for life, they often return to the same eyrie. Makan is back too. Not to hunt with an eagle, but to hunt for an eagle. To give his son.
Tek uyaga kim tuğulgan okşoydu. Bunda tuğulgan bolsa, taşta bolat ele.
Makan wants Beiyi to raise an eagle of his own. Hatchlings are easier to train. He'll follow an eagle to its nest and make sure it holds 2 eggs. Kyrgyz hunters never take a lone egg.
Şunday oңойрок uyolarga tuğup kaldı kelsem bu. Valla.
He stops at a local residence for food and rest.
Yok, tava almadım.
His stories fascinate his hosts.
Qaysılarga barıp, qaysınday kelip, qaysılarda qarap, nimni istep jüresiň. Anın barısına barganda ağa maşakat kesse, çılgın kesse, any kanday nemet dep sen.
Bürküttün balası gerek bolup atat. Bürküttün balasını alayın desem, bayakı murunku mavuç okulardaki 5-6 uyanı karayın dep bardım. Жана баспасам болот экен, эми терс экен, бек терс экен.
This is the eagle hunter's life. Next morning, Makan's hopes rise. He sees signs of eagle nests. A golden eagle nest, yes. But only one egg. Makan's search goes on. Come summer, eagle hatchlings are always hungry. To keep the young birds fed, their parents must hunt constantly. Marmots are a favorite meal. Makan hopes to take one of these young birds home. To climb sheer rock, he needs strong rope. And he makes one out of yak hair, as his father had taught him.
Биздин чоң аталарыбыздан бери карай көргөн чоң аталарыбыз көрсөтүп келген муну. Арканды кандай байлаш, кандай ip менен түшүш, кандай алыш туурасында бизге тепсили бирме-бирлеп үйрөтүп келген. Бул уяга түшкөндөн кийин жакшы жаманын айырыш, алса боло турган, албаса болбой тургандыгын билиш.
His apprentice, Beyi, will help.
Кичибизден баштап кысып ушундай бүркүт, балапан бүркүттөрдү салып ушундай эле ошо жакшынакай үйрөтүп келдиш. Кандай сындаш туурасында жакшынакай ушу үйрөнүп кийинкилер мен да калтырсам деген ойдомун ошо.
Dawn lights their way. It's a timeless scene. A father and a son together in the wild. They've heard of a nest with 2 eaglets. If Makan and Beyi can get to it, they may come back with a hatchling. The best approach is from above. Rain. Makan knows wet rope on wet rock can be fatal.
Yes, Prima. Yes, Bosa. Sen katacan bulasın, men alt çıkam. Sen şu arkamdala karmaştım.
As Beyi pays out line and Makan descends, the rain turns to hail.
Koy be.
Kes bolsa kayratçı koy.
Ha, koy be. Asta koy be. Asta koy be. Ha, koy be.
Worse, slippery moss covers the cliff.
Ha, oldu. Ha, şuraya. Boşalt da. Ha, boşalt. Ha, koy be. Boşut. Boşut. Boşut. Boşut. Boşut.
It's too late to stop now. Makan hopes this experience isn't lost on his son, the would-be eagle hunter.
Boşut.
Bardın bu yağa?
Oldu. Boşut. Şuna boşut. Oldu.
Finally, Makan reaches the nest.
Oldu men jettim bu yoqa.
He's 20 meters down the cliff and 100 meters up. He checks the hatchling's health. His boy needs a strong bird.
Kırıstın yastığı, sal taytıra.
He bundles the chosen chick for the return climb.
Mına boluvatam. Ya bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ema alp oldum. Emi çıkıp ketken aytam.
He cradles the bird, protecting it for the climb.
Buldu. Buldu.
Makan and Beiyi named the eaglet Whitebrow. Whitebrow will bond more easily with Beiyi than an older bird would. Within a month, weighing 5 kilos, Whitebrow can fly. Now he has to learn to work with men. A neighbor had to put down a lamb. The meat will help train Whitebrow. Makan and Beiyi remove the eagle from the village so children and sheep won't tempt him. Beiyi tugs a rabbit decoy. Makan manages the bird. Success. On goes the hood, and out comes the mutton. The bird will associate fresh meat with his kill. This will condition him to hunt more aggressively and release kills more readily. The men decide their bird is ready for the coming festival. Hunters from across the region will come show off their skills and their birds. The big event demands preparation. It's a chance to show birds at their best. Whitebrow dislikes having his talons trimmed. But Makan knows other hunters notice details. Tying the bird's tail feathers keeps him still. And looks matter, so Makan grooms the irate eagle. Beiyi has to look good too. Beneath an endless sky, the day arrives, as do thousands of herders. Games of skill and strength get underway. The festival includes many displays of power and endurance, as well as competition. Falconers show off their birds. It pleases Beyi that Whitebrow is calm. He can hold his head high in front of the others. The family tradition seems assured. To cement his future, however, Beyi must do more. Winter summons Xinjiang's eagle hunters, a time when fur thickens and meat tastes especially good. Makan and Beyi are heading to the mountains. It's another chance to bond with their eagles and one another. Makan and Beyi are heading to the mountains to hunt with their eagles. In the Kyrgyz way, Makan rides with Red Eye. Beyi walks with Whitebrow. From up high, Beyi can see potential prey. He throws stones, hoping to flush the fox. An expedition can last a month in every kind of weather. The bird shows great promise. And his boy maturing. Father and son meet to share a meal. After eating, they trade places. The dry weather holds. Good. But foxes are wary. Time to pitch camp. Fortunately, eagles don't need to feed daily. Beyi is happy to be in the wild, absorbing his people's culture from his father.
Senin бүркүттүң жакшы бүркүт балам. Мындан артык бүркүттү таба албайсың. Эч кимдин бүркүтү сенин бүркүтүңө жете албайт.
No words could please a son more. In the morning, they cross the river. Again, they take their places. Something moves.
Koyun var ekan, mazirda koyun var ekan. Voy, bir jakты чыңгарап тур, koyun.
white brow killed like a champion. His reward? A full meal. Kyrgyz eagle hunters work all their lives, but not with the same birds. Trained eagles return to the wild after 3 years to raise chicks. It's February. Makan is preparing rabbit. Not for himself, but for Red Eye. In a few days after Chinese New Year, he will let the eagle fly free. Before their final foray together, Makan thanks his companion.
Sendey da birдеме табылгы чактыны ким бар, ким жок эми. Мени турмак ыраазы болуп кетем. Сен жаныбар эми. Менден эрмек кылар экен жаныбарым.
It's a bittersweet moment. Makan may be setting free his last eagle. It's as if he's talking to a son.
Ай жаныбарым эми жакшы эле болдуң. Эми кандай болсо эми жакшы урундук, жакшы болду. Жаныбар бүркүт эми ушунчалык эле болот эми. Эми тукум көрүп калсын дедим. Болбосо өмүрүм өткүчө болот эле эми. Келе бүркүт салган мени менен түгөнбес. Кийинки урпактар үчүн жаныбар, мен кайда жүрсең аман бол эми. Кудайым саламатчылыкты берсин эми. Мендей жакшы жан сактоо күтүп, жакшы турмуштанып.
Red Eye was born free, and to freedom he returns. He might have died in a snare, but Makan spared him that fate. Instead, the eagle learned to hunt as a partner with a man. Now, he soars to a future that could include fathering chicks. Perhaps one day, the birds and the man's descendants will also collaborate, carrying forward the spirit of the people and the eagles of wild sea.